Joe, it's great to be talking to you today. How are you?
Hey, pretty good, man. How about yourself?
Fine. I thought this would be kind of appropriate, all things considered. Uh,
Yeah, you got a lot of horror stuff in the background too. It's dope.
I'm a big horror fan.
Heck
Now,
yeah.
now, when I grew up with going to video stores. It was part of my culture. I used to go to one down here in downtown Toronto, a smaller independent one, because they had all the like hard to get horror from Japan, from Italy, all those kinds of places. And the best moment I ever had there is I went up to the clerk and I was renting Profundo Rosso or Deep Red from Dario Argento. And I went up to the clerk and he said, "Nah, you don't want this copy. This is the cut copy. You want the uncut copy." And that was fabulous. So I'm going to put your video knowledge to the test. And I want you, if you can, to recommend a movie to each of the house guests. So first,
Oh, wow.
so first we want to start out with Angela. What movie would you recommend to her?
Oh my gosh. I don't know. Um, Fatal Attraction.
How about Cam?
Belly.
How about Chelsea?
Um, I don't know. Hoop Dreams.
Ah, there you go. How about
Yeah.
Chemo?
Chemo, I would recommend like The Last Kiss or like some type of rom-com or something like that.
How about Leah?
Leah, I would recommend. I don't know actually. I don't know.
Okay, going to Mackenzie.
Mackenzie, I would recommend 500 Days of Summer.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, what about Quinn?
I would recommend Slugs or some like stupid horror film like that.
How about Rabina?
Rubina, I would recommend. Oh my God, I don't know. Sorry, man. Yeah, I'm not good at these.
Okay, how about T-Core? Final one.
T-Core, I would recommend. Probably like a documentary or something. I'm sorry, man. I'm having trouble thinking right now.
Now, yesterday was, obviously you were very stunned and shocked by what happened. Um,
Hmm.
how are you feeling today about reflecting on things? I mean, I know you've had a little bit of time to do so.
Yeah, I feel kind of idiotic in some senses. I feel like I made a lot of mistakes along the way
Right.
that kind of resulted in this. So I kind of feel foolish in some regards, but it is what it is.
Now, looking back, you had a lot, you were rallied a lot of people. It seemed like you were talking closely with Mackenzie, with Quinn. You seem to have pulled a lot of people on your side. And I guess that's why the vote was so surprising. Who do you feel most betrayed by?
I mean, I don't know if betrayed is a good word. I don't feel betrayed by anybody. They don't owe me anything. I was lying to all of them the whole time. So I don't expect them to, save me or anything like that. I was surprised by Mackenzie a little bit. I feel like nobody ever talked game with her, and I was trying to extend an olive branch to her. Apparently, I went about that the wrong way with how I talked to her.
Right.
But yeah, it wasn't like I just felt like she'd really never talked game with Chemo. So I was kind of surprised that she would vote for him to stay over me.
Well, we saw you put in a lot of effort with her, and especially during the last week, trying to get her on your side. Now, Quinn put you on the block, and you were very close with him. Um, how do you feel about his HOH, his previous HOH, and
Yeah.
his gameplay as a whole?
Yeah, I like Quinn
Yeah,
fine, but yeah, his gameplay was very questionable at times, and still is. He put Cedric on the block and he went home, put me on the block. Now I'm talking to you. So yeah, I feel like there were several times throughout the season he did things that were questionable, but obviously I wasn't perfect either. So
now, why looking back, or well, you know the house a lot more better than we do since you're there
yeah,
24/7, but why do you think they picked to keep Chemo over yourself?
I think they probably saw me, and this is just my suspicion, that they probably
Yeah.
saw me as a more dangerous player a little bit, and somebody who was knew how to play the game. And like Chemo was very to himself sometimes and wasn't out there trying to make relationships and hustling and stuff like that, where I was a little bit more active in the game.
Give us a little bit of your thinking before you went into the game. What was your strategy and approach to the game when you entered the house, and did it change as things
Yeah.
evolved?
Yeah, my strategy was to try to be honest with people and try to be very open and real with people and hope
Right,
that they would think that that meant I was always telling the truth whenever they would talk to me. That's why you see some harsh moments from me with Angela, from
right.
Mackenzie, like talking to them very directly. One, because that's how I am as a person. And two, I felt like it could make them think that that means I'm always being honest.
Now, we saw a big shift when Tucker was voted out, and
Mm-hmm.
a lot of the game changed. What did that mean for your game, and what do you think it has done to the house dynamics?
I think it's made things a little bit uh, more open because nobody knows who to target now. Like he was always
Right.
the guy that everybody was going after, and now everybody feels like they can do their own thing. Honestly, I kind of breathed a sigh of relief a little bit when he was gone. So I wasn't necessarily like thinking it was game over. I knew it wasn't good for my game, certainly, but I didn't feel like it was done by any means. So yeah, I feel like now everybody's just going after who they feel like the biggest threats are. You know what I mean? I feel like that's going to end up with an end game of people who you might not expect to be there at the end.
Now you were in many various alliances. You had a lot of different associations, alliances with various people. Who were your ride or dies in the game, and who did you really trust?
Um, nobody. I mean, like I thought that like Tucker and me, I think he was being genuine with me. I'd be curious how true that was, but I feel like he was being genuine with me. They want to go to the end with me, and I would have gone to the end with him as well. But it would have. I would always do what was best for me in a given situation. I came here to win, so I was trying to uh, make the best of what I had in a given situation. I was not trying to stay loyal to a person just for the sake of staying loyal.
Yeah. Now, obviously, there was a big announcement yesterday that jury starts next week. This
Mm-hmm.
must be kind of bittersweet for you because not one on one hand you get to go home, you get to be with your friends, back to your life and all that, but on the other hand you didn't make the jury. How are you feeling about it all right now?
I don't really care about not making jury, to be
Right.
honest with you. I was kind of uh, not feeling certain people in there. I was kind of annoyed by a lot of the people in there. So the thought of staying in the jury house with them for another month was not something I was looking forward to.
Yeah,
I don't really care about getting to vote on the winner. That doesn't really matter to me that much.
right.
And on most seasons, a 9-person jury, I would be on the jury. So the thing that was bitter in the moment for me was the fact that it went back down to 2 nominees, which to
Right.
me is what Big Brother really is. And I feel like I didn't really. I got to play Big Brother, obviously, but it was a different version of it. And sometimes I just felt like the twist went on for way too long. And so that was what kind of annoyed me in the moment, seeing that it went back down to 2 nominees, not really the jury thing. I
Now,
told people in the house I wanted to make jury and like, please just keep me this week because I want to make jury, but that wasn't super important to me.
now, who you mentioned you didn't want to be in the jury house with certain people. Who were those certain people and why?
Oh man, I don't want to get into all that. Yeah, I mean, I guess like Angela was not like my favorite
Right.
person in the house. She obviously we had a bond to a certain extent because I always knew she had love for me, and it's hard for me to truly dislike somebody who loves me that much. But I
Right.
didn't agree with a lot of things she did. I think that she is really just I don't know. Yeah, just not my cup of tea.
Right. Now you're going to be able to sit at home like all of us and be able to watch how things play out. Who are you rooting
Mm-hmm.
for? Who are you rooting for and why?
I know. I guess like Cam, Leah. It sounds like they're in trouble. So I don't know how far they're gonna make it now. And then T Core winning would be awesome. I feel like
Right.
she's been playing pretty well and she would deserve it. So I think that T Core would be somebody I like to see win. And I wouldn't mind to see Chelsea win either. You know what I mean? She wasn't my favorite sometimes, but she was a great player. So I can respect that.
Well, Joe, thanks so much for taking the time to talk to us today. All the best of luck in the future. And I can't wait to see you on the finale because I'm pretty sure you'll have some stuff to share with people.
Oh yeah, we'll see. Take it easy.
Yeah, take care.